Alrighty, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Is the 2 o'clock tropical weather outlook video here, and obviously, as you can see in our latest video, this was orange, and now it is an apple. The storm has strengthened significantly, so let's go into it here. As of 2 p.m. EDT, Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Bay of Campeche, Invest 91L. Recent surface observations, satellite imagery, and radar data from Mexico suggests a well-defined surface circulation is developing with the area of low pressure located with the Bay of Campeche near the Mexican coastline. In addition, shower and thunderstorm activity is also starting to show signs of organization. If these trends continue, a tropical depression is likely to form, possibly as soon as this afternoon, in the Bay of Campeche. The system is forecast to continue moving west-northwestward this weekend towards eastern Mexico, ultimately moving inland by Monday. An Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft is en route to investigate the system, and interests in southeastern Mexico should monitor the progress of the system. Tropical storm watches or warnings could be required for portions of the Mexican Gulf Coast as soon as this afternoon. Regardless of tropical cyclone formation, locally heavy rains are ongoing over portions of Guatemala and southeastern Mexico and will continue during the next few days. Formation chance to do 48 hours, high 70%, and the formation chance to do 7 days, high 70%. So I believe at 5 o'clock we will be starting to see advisories on either potential tropical cyclone 2L or tropical depression 2. One of those two is likely up within the next 3 hours. Obviously, I will be putting out an update video if I can. I currently have some severe weather that's forecast to hit my area here soon, so that happens, and I'm expecting it will, because how fast is this line moving? Moving east at 25. That way. Yeah, the line will hit me in about 2.5 hours. Right when I need about about 5, that line will hit me. But let's jump over to tropical tidbits here. Let's take a look at the satellite imagery here on Invest 91L. And it's still hard to identify where the actual main circulation is. Let's switch to the visible satellite loop. Yeah, I think the low level circulation is right in this blob of thunderstorm activity here, right near the coastline. It honestly looks like it's stationary right now, but you can see how these clouds are just moving into the system. We have a couple showers and thunderstorms on the northwestern side of the system. I want to check out water vapor as well. See if there's any dry air around the system that might hinder. Yeah, and I'm not really seeing anything. The only areas of dry air that are around the system is like central Mexico, around like Mexico City, and in the northwestern Gulf over here near like Florida, Louisiana, Alabama. So this thing has a lot of warm, moist air to work off of. And as I said in my previous update video that I did on the system at about 10:30, The the Gulf is very hot right now. This thing has some potential here. It'll move up like this way eventually once it gets going. It I think this might be a trough here actually. I'm seeing. So the storm might get sheared apart if it moves towards this trough up here. Looks like there's a solid stream of wind shear up here, which would be good for the coastline of Mexico that will be impacted by the system, but bad for the storm. Tropical systems do not like shear, like severe storms do. Severe storms, like tornadoes and severe thunderstorms, all that stuff, they like the shear. They take it in. Shear boosts them up. But with hurricanes, that's not it. As the clouds get higher up, the low level circulation or the center of the storm becomes displaced and eventually causes the storm to weaken and eventually potentially dissipate. Let's jump over to the forecast models here. When take a look at that, see if anything's changed in the past 4 hours since I last made my video. And not really. GFS still doesn't pick up on it. You have a couple of tropical waves that are coming off of Africa, though. That'll be interesting to watch. But I think the Saharan dust is really limiting any potential, like, any potential development. Still hinting at maybe a tropical depression here, but I don't really buy that. And really nothing else in the Atlantic through the first 2 weeks of July, which is oddly, I don't expect that. I did not expect that at all. So this is our current recon data here. They're getting about 20 knots or so, which is equivalent to 23 miles an hour, which obviously flight level temperature. See, that's when they're not in the storm and then they get into the storm and temperature rises. What's this? So wait. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I think they got rid of the SFMR with all the budget cuts. Thanks, Trump. But they're getting about 20 to 30 knot peak winds, which isn't too surprising. The system is still disorganized. Just going to take a look at our other disturbance here in the eastern Pacific. So, offshore southern Mexico, Invest 95E. Showers and thunderstorms associated with a broad area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south-southwest of the Gulf of Tehuantepec. Still probably botched that. Locate continue to show signs of organization. Environmental conditions appear conducive for development. And tropical depression is expected to form during the next day or so while the system moves slowly west-northwestward off the coast of southern Mexico. Potential tropical cyclone advisories could be initiated later today. For additional information, including gale warnings, please see high sea forecasts issued by the National Weather Service. Regardless of development, locally heavy rainfall is expected over portions of Central America and southeastern Mexico through the weekend. Formation chance to 48 hours, high 80%. And the formation chance to 7 days is high 90%. So right now we have two things that will potentially be starting advisories on at 5 o'clock. We have Invest 95E over here in the Pacific, and we have Invest 91L over here in the Gulf of Campeche, or the Bay of Campeche, not the Gulf of Campeche. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. We'll have another update out at about 5 o'clock here when the systems will potentially get named or start getting advisories issued on them. So I'll see you all then. Until then, guys, peace out.